Hey everybody, welcome. Welcome to Autoimmune Answers, End AutoImmune Now. And we are about to go live on Facebook, and it'll also be on the YouTube channel, Beyond Limits. So I'm just loading it up now for you, and welcome to today's show. Today's show is going to be all about how to find your truth, how to know what's true for you, and how that can be useful for figuring out what to do in life. So I am going to go ahead and go live now. Just another moment or so. I think we should be up and running. So welcome. As a lot of you might know now, I decided to start doing a Facebook Live every day. And so welcome. And today's show, End AutoImmune Now, is how to get healthy, happy, and whole, and how to live the life you really want to live. You know, how to get healthy, and then how to live the life you want to live. And for today, I'm here in Bellingham, my favorite coffee shop, and today's our one of our family days for every week. And so today's show is how to get information. So and why you would want to get information. Many years ago, back in 2000, February 2000, I took my first integrative manual therapy class from Sharon Giammatteo. And what amazed me about her was that she could look at me and look at everybody in the class and tell them exactly what was going on in their body and what we needed to do to help solve health conditions, how to fix them up, as she would say. And I was just amazed that she could do it by looking at somebody. And then as I worked with her for 10 years and 110 classes, I started seeing that, oh my God, she can see things when people call her on the phone. They would say, hey, I've got so-and-so on the table. And she would go, okay, well, here's what's going on and here's what you need to do. And she would instantly know what was wrong and how to fix it. And so then the therapist's job was to go work on the person and help somebody get well. And I saw this over and over again over 10 years. And I was like, how do you do that? So what I'm going to do today is show you one way to start to get information, and so that you can see what's true for you. And when you do that, then you can also figure out what to do in any given moment, which way to go, like what treatment to get for yourself, what food to eat, what supplement to take, what things not to take, what procedures to get or not get. You can start to go with your own intelligence, your own answers. So that's what I'm going to show today, and it's the first step to start to figure out how to get information, how to see things, and get valid information. You know, right now we've got Wi-Fi and we've got cell phones and got lots of information right here in the air, right? And if you have the right device, a computer or a phone, some sort of tablet, and you're hooked up to the signal, you can get movies and emails and videos, and you can Google information about anything and get all sorts of information is right here. And it's also right here, and it's also right here, and it's also right here, right? So in much the same way, information about your own body and your own health and what would be useful for you is also right here, and right here, and right here, and right here. You know? So as I was learning all this, I had to figure out a lot of stuff, and it took a lot of, I was like, how do you do this? It just doesn't seem possible. But as I started to learn different ways to tap into this information, I started to get it. So I want to show you some of that right now. Does that sound good? All right. So what you can do is many ways to do this. I'm going to show you one way. You put your hand on your chest, and on your, you're on your heart, you're on your chest, you're on your body, and you can think to yourself or say out loud, my name is, and you can say my name is and put your name in there. Go ahead and do that now. And you can notice what you feel with your hand and under your hand and your chest, your heart area. And then you can think or say, my name is Joe or Frank or George or Hilda or some name that's not your name, and see what happens there. And then you can compare what happens when you say your name. My name is me, my name is Ralph. And what happens when you say some other name? My name is Monica. Like, okay, my name is Monica. My name is Ralph. Yeah, and so you start to get some data. Now you can start to do other things to get data and see what happens. Like maybe think about some place you really love being, a vacation spot, out by a bay, a walk that you like to do with your spouse, or some place that you love being, and feel what happens to your chest, to your heart. And then you can think of something that you just hate doing. It's like, oh, I dread doing this, or some kind of problem you're having in life. And see what happens to the hand on your heart, you know? So for those of you that can start to feel a difference, you have some data, so you have some information, right? So you can use it in ways to start to hone this skill, to get information. And there's many ways to do this, and all these different ways to find this information of what's useful are useful, because you can have many different ways to check. This is one really cool way to start. And so you can test, make sure you've got the right data check. You know, my name is Ralph, or whatever your name is, and then my name is George, or whatever your name isn't, and get a yes and a no. And then you can start to test things like food. Maybe take some NutraSweet from a coffee shop that has NutraSweet, and just put it on the table, and put your hand there and think, I should take that NutraSweet. I should eat it. Feel what happens to your body. And then think of really good mountain spring water, really fresh, clean water, and I should drink mountain spring water and feel what happens to your body. And for a lot of you, you might feel a difference. And so now you've got data, like you can say, this supplement is good for me? And you can say, maybe not. Or maybe it is. I should eat avocados, or maybe I shouldn't. And you can start to see what is valid information. So you can start to make choices for stuff that you know is true. Like, you shouldn't eat NutraSweet, of course, right? I should eat gasoline. No. I should eat fresh food. It's like things like that can give you a clear indicator of what your yes is and what your no is. And then you can start to test it on stuff that you're not quite sure of. Like, is this food, should I eat the apple? Or maybe I should eat this apple that's organic. Oh, the organic apple does taste better. Should I eat potato chips, or should I eat fresh salmon today? Should I eat farm-raised salmon, or fresh wild-caught salmon? And you start to get data, and you can do it with stuff that you know is true. Like, it's obvious that eating organic, fresh food is better than eating Cheetos or something. With all due respect to Cheetos, right? But I used to love crunchy Cheetos. But you start to get an idea of what's true to you. And then you can start to branch out and use it for stuff that you're not quite sure of. Should I take this job or take that job? Should I stay in this job, or should I go for it and do this other thing? Should I work with this person to write my book, or to get healed? Or should I go it alone? Should I move, or should I stay? You start to get data. And you don't have to follow it, but you can then start to see what works well when you follow this internal wisdom, and what maybe through some curves. And the key, of course, is to be neutral. So, this glass of wine is good for me. If you really, really, really want the glass of wine, you might convince your heart to say, yes, let's go for it. Is the 5th glass of wine useful? It might be harder to get that heart to convince you that it's useful, but you might still, if you really want it. So it's not foolproof. You have to be neutral. And we can talk about that more in other segments. But for today, I wanted to give you this way to tune into your heart, and what might it be like for you to use this guided sense of information, of flow, of knowing what to do in any given moment. What might be useful about having that ability? So leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this was useful. Give me a thumbs up if you thought it was useful. And if you use it, let me know what you find and how you're using it, and I'll give you more information about that. And yeah, go ahead and click like, click share. Look for us on Beyond Limits with Ralph Havens YouTube, and I'll be putting it out on a podcast pretty soon too. All right, everybody. So Ralph Havens signing off from beautiful Bellingham on an amazing, beautiful Tuesday morning. I'm going to be running out in these trails out over that a ways later on today. It's our coffee shop. And Jen is in there with everybody. All right, everybody. So good to see you. Bye now.